Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying.
Which of the following may the counselor recommend as intervention for a client that is having hallucinations? A. Reality-based activities. B. Meditation and relaxation exercises. C. Psychoeducation. D. Cognitive restructuring. The answer is A. Reality-based activities is what the counselor would recommend as an intervention for a client who is having hallucinations. These reality-based activities could be listening for metaphors and making use of stories, listening for change talk and in-control talk, listening for themes, for allowing or imposing consequences, allowing silence, and more. Existential counselors emphasize the client's A. Free choice, decision, and will. B. Transference. C. Slip of tongue. D. Latent dream symbolism. The answer is A. Existential counselors emphasize the client's free choice, decision, and will to make for a meaningful change and develop freedom in a sense that no matter what, they can choose how to think, feel, and express themselves. Emotion-focused coping is A. Usually the best coping strategy. B. Less effective overall than problem-focused coping. C. Rarely a good coping strategy. D. More effective overall than problem-focused coping. The answer is B. Emotion-focused coping is less effective overall than problem-focused coping. This is because emotion-focused coping is dealing with the emotional response to a stressor, whereas problem-focused coping aims to eliminate the stressor with different strategies to utilize. Problem-focused coping aims to use more effective coping strategies to actively lower stress levels to improve mental health. Existential theorists speak of phenomenology, which refers to the client's internal personal experience of events, and ontology, which is A. Mental visualization for treatment of cancer. B. The impact of cancer on emotions. C. A cancerous growth in the brain. D. The philosophy of being and existing. The answer is C. Ontology is the philosophy of being and existing, and it focuses and addresses the variety of behavioral, psychological, emotional, and social issues that arise in many individuals who may be experiencing cancer and family members who are being affected by an individual who has cancer. Ontology is the philosophy of being and existing, and I would recommend doing more research into this because the research is fascinating. If utilizing sensory stimulation therapy, SST, to improve cognition in a client with dementia, it is important to choose sensory input that is which of the following? A. Meaningful to the client. B. Identified through testing. C. Easy to demonstrate. D. Beneficial to multiple clients. The answer is A. It is important to choose sensory inputs that have meaning to the client with dementia because they may want to remember things that are important to them. I would recommend doing more research into individuals with dementia and sensory stimulation therapy to see its meaningful effects on clients. What is superego? Superego is the part of the psyche that represents moral standards, consciousness, and ideals, and it includes internal ideas that help with knowing what's right from wrong. And the superego has two parts: the ego ideal, which rules for good behavior, and the conscience, which guides bad behavior. But overall, the superego is a part of the psyche that represents moral standards, consciousness, and ideas of an individual. That is all 5 questions. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.